All right, so today we're diving into some seriously heavy stuff.
Yeah, buckle up.
We're talking about the aftermath of Adora Crellin's arrest. You remember her, the Wind Gap killer?
Oh, yeah.
We've got these sources that really break down what happened next, particularly for her half-sister, Amma.
Right.
It's a wild story. It goes from like 0 to 100 real fast.
It does.
It does.
Really does.
And our mission today is to like really pull apart this period,
Okay.
see what clues we can find in these details about what exactly went down. And I think, what makes this even more unsettling
Yeah.
is that it all happened so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, like right after this huge, legal thing explodes with Adora,
Right.
the story just shifts. Bam.
Yeah,
It's all about Alma. It's like suddenly she's the most important thing.
totally. And, it makes you think, like, what about the victims' families? What about the investigation?
Exactly.
But no, the focus is on Amma and where she's going to go.
It makes you wonder about priorities, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like after something that traumatic,
Yeah.
you'd think things would go a different way, but
Nope.
it's all about Alma.
Amma front and center. So 2 days after Adora gets arrested, this is May 28th, Amma is moved to Chicago to live with her half-sister.
Wow, so she's ripped from everything she knows.
Totally. New city, new home, everything. And the sources paint this picture of her just completely overwhelmed by anxiety.
Oh, yeah, you can totally see it in her behavior, pacing like crazy,
Yeah.
asking all these questions.
Oh my God, there's questions
Like, get everything.
like nonstop. Is it safe here? Why is it so loud? Why is the apartment so small?
Like, just this constant need for reassurance and love.
It's classic. You know how trauma manifests in kids?
Especially kids who've been through who knows what.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing, though, and this is where it gets kind of strange.
Okay.
All this energy, all this pacing and questioning, it's actually described as a release.
Oh, how so?
So think about it for a second.
Okay.
Under Adora, Alma was often bedridden, right?
Right. Yeah, she was always sick or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So suddenly she's got this freedom of movement. She's not stuck in bed anymore.
And all that pent-up energy just explodes.
Exactly. Like all those years of being controlled and restricted, it's all coming out at once.
Wow, that's a powerful image.
It is. It really makes you think about the kind of environment she was living in.
Yeah, that mother-daughter relationship was definitely not normal.
Not at all. But then things take an even darker turn a few months later by August.
Okay, I'm listening.
Amma develops this intense fascination with female killers,
What? Like who?
like Lucrezia Borgia,
Mhm.
Lizzie Borden, even a woman who drowned her own children.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
Pretty dark stuff, right?
Yeah, that's not your average childhood interest.
No, it's not. And get this, when asked about it, Amma says, I think they're special.
Special.
Yeah, special. Like she admires them.
Huh. That's chillin'.
Yeah, and her therapist suggests that this fascination is a way for Amma to process her own trauma, maybe even find a way to forgive Adora.
Forgive Adora for murdering people.
Yeah, it's a really interesting interpretation, right?
I mean, it makes sense in a way, kids trying to make sense of the unthinkable.
Yeah, but when you consider what happens later, you start to wonder if maybe it was something else entirely.
Like what?
Like maybe it was about understanding power,
Okay.
or even identifying with these aggressors as a twisted form of defense.
That's a really good point.
And speaking of interesting reactions, Amma completely refuses to continue therapy.
Really? Like, shuts it down.
Oh yeah, screaming, lying on the floor, the whole 9 yards.
That's a huge red flag right there.
Right. It's like she's rejecting that whole interpretation of her fascination with these killers.
Or maybe she's just not ready to confront those feelings.
Maybe.
Bro.
But instead of therapy, she pours all her energy into this dollhouse.
A dollhouse.
Yeah, like a miniature replica of her house in Wind Gap.
Mm.
Incredibly detailed.
Oh, wow.
And she calls it her way of dealing with the ugly things that happen there.
So maybe it is a way of processing her trauma.
Yeah. But then you read about the half-sister's reaction to this dollhouse, and it gets creepy.
What do you mean?
The half-sister says she has this urge to smash it.
Oh, wow.
Like she just wants to obliterate this tiny, perfect version of this house where such horrible things happen.
I can see that.
And get this. Amma's reaction to that is intense.
Like, how intense?
She slaps it. The half-sister refuses to let her buy even a simple toy sofa for the dollhouse.
Wow, so she's really protective of it.
Extremely. It's like she's controlling the narrative in this miniature world.
It's her own little world where she gets to be in charge.
Exactly. And then there's this attempt at hug therapy.
Hug therapy.
Yeah, the half-sister tries to hug Amma, and at first she resists, like, fiercely.
That sounds about right.
But then suddenly she bursts out laughing.
Wow, those mood swings.
Yeah. So unpredictable.
Makes you wonder what's really going on in her head.
For sure. So, anyway, Alma's father, Alan, he decides to pay for her to go to this fancy private school called the Bell School.
Okay, so a fresh start, new environment.
Exactly. And, for a while, it seems like it might actually be working.
How so?
Alma makes friends pretty quickly. There's this whole group of girls who seem to admire her because of her connection to Missouri, the right.
All right, yeah.
But there's one friendship in particular that becomes really important.
Okay, who's that?
A girl named Lily Burke.
Lily Burke.
And the sources describe her in such detail,
On the kind of detail.
like bright and sunny with freckles and these big front teeth.
Okay.
And Alma specifically mentions that Lily's hair is chocolate-colored, the same color as a rug.
The same color as a rug. That's a weird detail to focus on.
Right. It's like foreshadowing or something.
Yeah, kind of creepy.
Totally creepy. But anyway, Lily starts spending a lot of time at the apartment, helping with cooking and homework, just being a friend.
So it seems like a good influence, right?
Yeah, for a while. But then Alma's behavior starts to change.
How so?
She gets quieter, more withdrawn, and then she starts shutting her door whenever Lily comes over.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it's like this possessiveness, this need to isolate Lily from her half-sister.
Yeah, that's a major red flag.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then one night, things get really scary.
What happens?
The half-sister wakes up, and Alma is standing over her bed whispering, "You like Lily better than me."
Oh, my God.
Right. And she's described as feverish, sweating, her teeth chattering.
That's so creepy.
Yeah, and then they go into the bathroom, and the way Alma is described is chilling.
Oh, so...
Her eyes, those slate blue eyes, just like Adora's, but they're described as blank and look like a winter bottle.
Okay. Yeah, that's not right.
No, and the half-sister's freaking out. She finds these pills, and for a second, she actually considers giving them to Alma.
Wow, that's dark.
Yeah, like she's so desperate to get Alma to calm down.
I can understand that. I mean, in that situation.
Totally. But then she gives Alma some aspirin instead, and something really strange happens.
What?
The half-sister sees this look in Alma's eyes, and she says, "Mother's here."
Mother's here? What does that even mean?
It's like Alma's channeling Adora or something.
Like she's possessed or something.
Right. And then Alma asks to be bathed, which, seems like a normal kid thing.
Yeah.
But the way it's described, it's all creepy and sexualized.
Like how?
They talk about her naked body, the jagged scar, the fact that she's developing breasts.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then as she's being bathed, Alma whispers, "That's how she does it."
That's how she does it. Meaning Adora.
Exactly. And then she starts crying this mournful howl.
Oh, God, that's heartbreaking.
It is. It's like she's reliving the abuse.
Yeah, and the half-sister's reaction is so important. She promises Alma that they won't do those things anymore.
Right, she's setting a boundary.
Trying to break that cycle of abuse.
But then things escalate even further.
What do you mean?
Lily Burke disappears.
Disappears.
Yeah, on October 12th after school.
Oh, no.
And her body is found just 4 hours later near a dumpster 3 blocks from the apartment.
Oh, my God.
And here's the detail that really gets me. Only 6 teeth were pulled.
6 teeth. That's so specific.
Right. And it's those oversized front teeth and 4 bottom teeth.
Why those teeth?
It's like a signature or something. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that points to something really deliberate.
Totally. And of course, the half-sister immediately suspects Alma.
I mean, how could you not?
Right. She tears apart the apartment looking for clues, demanding to know what Alma did.
And what's Alma's reaction?
Calm, smug, even.
Oh, wow. So creepy.
Right. And her room seems normal.
Yeah.
There's nothing obviously suspicious except for a cup that smells like bleach.
Bleach.
Yeah, bleach.
Okay, that's not good.
No, it's not. And then they get to the dollhouse.
The dollhouse.
Yeah, the half-sister starts smashing it, destroying the furniture.
Mm-hmm.
The canopy bed, the vanity table.
It's like she's trying to destroy the memories.
Yeah, and then on the floor of the mother's room in the dollhouse, they find 56 tiny human teeth.
56 teeth.
Yeah, all cleaned and bleached, laid out on the ivory tiles.
Oh my God, that's horrific.
It's like a scene out of a nightmare.
It's beyond disturbing.
It really is, and it makes you wonder what kind of person could do something like that.
Especially a child.
Exactly.
Mm.
And it turns out Alma didn't act alone.
What do you mean?
The sources reveal that 3 other girls helped her kill Ann Nash and Natalie Keene back in Wind Gap.
What? Like accomplices?
Yeah, they confessed in exchange for lighter sentences.
So they're all going to some kind of psychiatric hospital.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it is. And the details of how they killed Ann are just horrifying.
How did it happen?
They lured her to the woods with this promise of seeing her mother. Then they had this fake tea party, and then they strangled her with a clothesline.
Oh, my God.
And while this was happening, Amma was pulling out Anne's teeth.
While she was still alive.
It's not clear, but it's implied.
That's monstrous.
And the craziest thing is that afterwards, they just cleaned up and watched a movie.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah, like they were totally detached from what they had just done.
That's terrifying.
It is, and it gets even weirder because remember James Capisi's story about the ghostly woman?
Oh, yeah, the one he saw in the woods?
Turns out that was Amma. Yeah, she had this alter ego she called Artemis, the blood huntress.
Artemis.
And she would dress up in a white sheet and makeup and use her blonde hair to create this ghostly look.
And that's how she lured Natalie.
Exactly. She told Natalie they were going to play a game.
Oh, my God.
And then she held Natalie captive in this carriage house for 48 hours.
48 hours.
Yeah, and she was taking care of Natalie in this twisted way, shaving her legs, dressing her up, feeding her.
That's so messed up.
It is. And then eventually, Amma strangled Natalie and pulled out her teeth.
Using pliers.
Yeah, the sources even talk about how easy it is to remove children's teeth with pliers.
Oh, God, that's awful.
It is, and it explains those jagged edges on the teeth in the dollhouse.
It's also connected.
Yeah, and then there's Lily's murder, which is different in a way because Amma did it alone.
Alone?
Yeah, she hit Lily with a stone, strangled her with her bare hands, and then pulled out those 6 specific teeth.
And cut off her hair?
Yeah, and she did all this in an alley behind a dumpster.
How did she even get Lily there?
We don't know for sure, but it seems like she planned it.
Because she brought the murder weapons to school with her?
Yeah, in her pink backpack.
That's insane.
It is, and then get this.
What?
Amma braided Lily's hair into a rug for the half-sister's room in the dollhouse.
Oh, my God.
I know, right? It's like a final twisted trophy.
Yeah, it's like she's replacing the half-sister with Lily, even in death.
Exactly. So basically, in the aftermath of Adora's arrest, Amma goes from this anxious, needy child to a full-blown killer.
It's a crazy transformation.
It really is. And the dollhouse becomes this symbol of her descent into madness.
It's not just a toy, it's like this macabre representation of her inner world.
And the use of human teeth is just beyond disturbing.
It's like she's trying to control death, you know?
And the fact that she was able to hide all this darkness behind a facade of normalcy is what makes it so terrifying.
Makes you wonder how many other Ammas are out there.
Right. And it really makes you think about the nature of evil. Is it something we're born with, or is it something that's created?
Yeah, like how much of it is nature versus nurture?
And how can we ever really know what's going on inside someone else's head?
Big questions, right?
Huge. And ones that I think we all need to be asking ourselves.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.